You know, not all rock stars are created equal. You are about to meet one of the giants of rock and roll drumming. Now, he has a huge personality, but an even bigger heart. Now, Ben's brother Nick is going to introduce this guy, whose name is Zoro.
Is Nick. I am Ben's brother. This summer I went to a drum camp where I met some of the most famous drummers to ever live, and one of them was the legendary Zoro. And he signed one of his signature sticks for me. Check it out. The magic of television. Here we are. Hey guys, what's up? Hey. Here we are. All right, so we all have drumsticks? All right, so oh my God!
Nick, how you doing, buddy?
Everyone, this is Zoro. He's a legendary drummer. He has toured the world, and he is here today.
How we all doing? Good. You ready for a 15-second jam?
Oh yeah.
Let's do it.
So
Let's switch. Here we go. Ready? Start it off, Nick.
Wow. Wow. That was awesome, Zoro.
Thank you.
Have a seat on the beanbag chair.
Sticks, guys, sticks.
Whoa.
That was amazing.
Zoro. You know what's awesome? We met Zoro, actually, guys. Nick, Ben, and I went to a drum camp this summer in Vermont. We met Zoro. We'd never met him before. And you know what struck me so much about you, all of us actually, besides your incredible talent? That you love inspiring kids. That's your whole gig. That's your big gig.
That's my big gig, is inspiring people. I love doing that more than anything, to know that I might be able to possibly impact somebody's life in a positive way. What could be more worth living for than that?
Speaking of your gig, you have a book, The Big Gig, which, by the way, I wish I had your name, Zoro.
Well, you got Raj, that's even better.
Zoro's better. But it's basically about inspiring kids to follow out their dreams. But that's, I guess, a lofty goal. Practically, what is this book all about?
This book is really about taking the dream that's in your heart at their age as a kid and how to walk it out in real life in real time, because real dreams have real plans and strategies to them. So it's really about how to live the dream and how to take the talent you were given and turn it into something special.
So I'm assuming a lot of these youngins have dreams, right? Who has dreams? I mean, y'all want to be something. Annie, what do you want to be?
I want to be an actress.
An actress? Avalon, do you have anything you want to be?
I want to be a marine biologist.
So you have some of these huge goals. I mean, what's, I guess, the starting block? Where do you start with these huge dreams that kids have?
The starting place is to figure out, first define your dream. What is it that you guys want to do? And define it, write it out, and then begin to map it out. It's just like here we're in New York City and you see these tall skyscrapers. Well, they don't just rise from nothing. There's a plan, there's a strategy in place. They know the whole building, what's going to happen the whole way before they even start. So you just got to think about what it is that you want to do, and then don't let anybody talk you out of it.
Oh, and there's plenty of people who try, right, along the way. You know, your mom, you've written, was a dreamer.
My mother was a dreamer. She was from Mexico City, and she's somebody who, she raised all 7 of us kids on her own, and she's somebody who just really taught us the power of faith and the power of believing and the power of pushing past discouragement, because we all get discouraged at times in our life, but you just got to push past it.
Now, you've drummed with Lenny Kravitz. I mean, Lenny Kravitz forwarded your book. I mean, you basically are like a rock star, so of course you can fulfill your dreams, right? But, you know, I'm just a kid, I'm just a young person. How do I mean, it just seems like such a huge goal.
Well, everybody who's ever fulfilled a dream started off like you guys. They started off as kids. So you've got to practice. You've got to be diligent. Once you figure out what your dream is and what you want to do, then you begin to commit yourself to that dream, and you begin to go. And you have to make sacrifices to succeed at anything. There's a price to pay. So you have to commit to it, but you got to hold on to that dream and you got to protect it, because people in life will come and try to steal the dream away, and it's like a magic seed that grows this magic tree, and you got to protect it. And that takes a lot of courage and that takes a lot of strength. But once you do, that's what you're created for. You're created to live out these dreams, and don't let anybody talk you out of it.
You know what's awesome, Raj, is I was watching you play the buckets. I was thinking that's how he started, on the streets,
Yes.
in your neighborhood,
Yeah.
in Los Angeles, in Compton.
Yeah.
And he just found anything. It was oatmeal cans and coffee cans.
Yeah.
Which reminds me of Nick, right? Nick was playing a waste paper basket when he was 18 months old. But tell the kids about the first drum kit you got from your mom, how old you were.
I was 10 years old when my mother bought me my first drum set, and it was really a toy set. It was really a Mickey Mouse drum set, and literally Mickey Mouse was on the cover of the bass drum. When I say Mickey Mouse, I meant it literally. It was from the Sears catalog. It was $9.99, all made of paper heads. But that morning, it ignited a dream inside my heart. I was 10 years old, but I wouldn't get a real set until I was 16. But I broke that set, by the way, by the end of Christmas night, because it was just a cheap paper drum set. But that ignited a dream in me, and I never forgot the connection and that feeling of playing the drums.
Who else has some big dreams out here? Ziana, I know you got a big dream. What's your dream?
I want to be an actress.
An actress. Okay, so we got two actresses. Ben, how about you?
I really want to be an inventor. I want to invent people.
You want to invent people?
Sorry. I want to invent a lot of things. I want to invent things that can make people's lives easier, and I want to find out if life can be endless.
Wow, big dreams from Ben. How about you, Gideon? Let's get you a microphone.
I want to be an archaeologist because I just like
dig that.
finding things.
Like dinosaurs and stuff?
I dig it.
I found a lot of stuff in like beaches and
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
places where I go
So-
that there's like water.
Do you want to find dinosaur bones, or what do you want to find?
I don't know,
A gold nugget.
like anything.
There you go.
Chocolate chip cookies.
Taco Bell.
Nick, what's your dream?
Well, my dream is just to, well, it kind of sounds kind of strange, but I want to be a drummer, artist, chef, inventor, but mostly a drummer. Yeah.
Well, you have a good person to talk to here. And so we have architect, we have inventor of people. I'm just kidding, Ben. We have all these amazing ideas and all these huge dreams. If you have these huge dreams, should they start now? We have architect, we have inventor of people. I'm just kidding, Ben. We have all these amazing ideas and all these huge dreams. If you have these huge dreams, should they start now?
Now is the time you start. Everything that I'm doing today, I dreamt about at your age. I drafted it out. I wrote things out on paper. I wrote out goals. I wrote out a mission statement. Companies have a mission statement. And a mission statement is just a statement of belief, what you believe, what you want your life to accomplish. This is the time to write things out. When I was even 16, I wrote out that I wanted to be a drummer, that I wanted to write books, that I wanted to be a motivational speaker. I wanted to write a book when I was your age. I wanted to write a book about camping. I started writing it, but I'd never been camping. But the dream was there to write a book. So you start now. And the other thing is you have to learn the fundamentals. To be good at anything, there's basic fundamentals you have to learn in doing that. And you have to study all of the masters. For instance, Michael Jackson, who everybody knows, he studied all of the great dancers, all of the great singers, all of the great actors. And we're all original, but we all become a mixture of everything we learn. So there's no shortcut to studying. So you have to study and you have to practice. You can't just dream. The dreaming is the first part, but then there's the real application of actually working and developing. And you develop as you go, and pretty soon you'll look back on your life and you go, wow, this vision started in childhood. It doesn't start. You all have talent right now, okay? You don't get more talent as you go. You're already born with the talent you have. You were born, the day you were born, you already have all the talent you'll ever need to succeed at the dream that's in your heart. You just develop talent that's already there.
That is wisdom. So here's the question. A guy that actually made his dreams come true, he can give you that kind of wisdom. So who might have a question for a real life rock star, someone that actually made his dreams come true? Sienna?
What was the hardest thing you had to overcome?
The hardest thing to overcome for anybody's dream, I think, is rejection. When you like you want to be an actress and you go for auditions, and the first 25 times people turn you down. So you might think, gee, I guess this is not meant to be. To overcome rejection. But that's where, what you read, what you watch, and what you listen to is what forms who you are. So I bathed myself at your age in motivational quotes, motivational books. I filled my head, my mind, my spirit with things that would empower me to believe that I can do this even though everyone's rejected me. Overcoming rejection is probably the biggest thing, even with great ideas. If you're an inventor and people go, that's stupid, and then pretty soon it's like you invented electricity. They don't think it's so stupid anymore.
And to piggyback off that, not all rejection is bad.
Right.
Because, I mean, like Walt Disney failed a bunch of times.
Yes.
But that made him the man he was.
And so the other thing would be perseverance. To persevere is to move past it. And also humility. If you guys stay humble, you'll be teachable. And if you're humble and pliable, that means you can learn. So when you go to an audition, there are many times I didn't get certain gigs I went for, but I would always ask them, what did I do wrong? Or what could I have done differently? Or how give me some critique. There's people all around you guys that can give you great advice in life, but you have to be humble enough to receive it, and you have to be hardworking enough to do something about it, and then you move past it. But there's wisdom all around you. All you got to do is open your eyes, open your ears, and open your heart. But protect what you watch and read and listen to, because that's what determines who you become.
Last question, Ben.
Wait, it's not just believing, it's also the choices that you make.
Right.
And if you don't make the right choices, then it might not lead you to the place that you want to be.
True.
And that's what we have a lot of people that had dreams but didn't accomplish them because of their wrong choices.
Well, you're a very wise young boy. The key is this. Every day is a series of choices in our life, and we'll make many mistakes along the way to our dream. But the whole point is, we're all here on the planet for a short time. So why not? I'd rather die in pursuit of my dream. When Walt Disney died, he still had many other unfulfilled dreams. Disney World was one of his dreams, and in his hospital bed, he had the plans and the pictures of Disney World in Florida, which had not been made yet. He was still I would rather die in pursuit of dreams than to have lived and never dreamed at all and never pursued anything. And dream big, but do your part.
You're speaking the gospel, man. I love you, Zoro.
Wow.
Well, hey, I think Zoro deserves a round of applause, guys. What do you think?
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely great.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Brought a
so
new
much.
energy and zest. Thank you for hanging in the treehouse. We will never be the same.
I love the treehouse, man. I always wanted a treehouse when I was a kid, and today one of my dreams came true. I got to be on a treehouse
That's it.
TV
You
show.
are the Liberty Treehouse.
All right, my friend, we'll be right back. Like everything in life, it's all about balance. A balanced diet, which I don't balance very well because I really like pizza. But nonetheless, about balance. And my good friend Zoro stopped by the Treehouse to talk about the importance of character and how to balance that into your life. Well, did I mention that Zoro is a real-life rock star? Check it out. This guy has some of the best wisdom, some of the best perspective, some of the best knowledge that I hope that you can glean off of today. He's the author of The Big Gig, and we're going to talk today about being a man of virtue, a man that stands for something, a man of character. To you, what is character? What is virtue? What does all that mean to you?
Means resisting the temptation to give in to the fleshly things of the world, really. I mean, the most impressive thing to me is to see somebody who has the ability to take advantage of any sort of fleshly opportunity, but the virtue to resist it. In other words, to be a faithful husband would qualify.
Now, let me just set the record straight. Zoro is a rock star. He's drummed with, name some of the big ones.
Lenny Kravitz, Bobby Brown, Frankie Valli, and the Four Seasons.
I mean, everyone. You're a bona fide rock star. The temptation that you must have faced is incredible, but you're a man of virtue. Why?
Because I'm a man about purpose. To me, it's really, I always look at the end of life while I'm in the middle of it or while I'm in the beginning. In other words, what is my life going to stand for at the very end? What are the things that are going to have really mattered the most? The things that are going to really have mattered the most was my character, really. Those are the things that can't be buried with a man because his character far outlives his earthly life. So to me, it's about In other words, success, for instance. There's a lot of people that are successful in life, but I believe at the end of your life, when God asks you, what did you do with your life? I can't just say, well, I was a great drummer.
Right.
Well, he's going to go, I know, that was free. I gave that to you. But what did you do with it? How did you serve
Love
people?
this guy. We have a DVD with you and Joyce Meyer. Big fan of Joyce Meyer. Here's a little magazine. We're talking about how you have this desire to help people. Can you read this last little paragraph real quick?
Sure.
This is an interview with Zoro.
Without my glasses, it's hard.
Here,
but,
I'll read it.
you
Read it. My goal is to raise up modern-day Daniels, Josephs, and Esthers, people of excellence who will approach life with a spirit of excellence in all they do. I want to lead by example and show them the way. I know that when all is said and done, what matters the most is how many people did I help and impact with my gifts.
That's really all that life is, because at the end of our life, everyone in the world is gifted and talented at something. Everybody's got a gift of some kind. You don't have to be a rock star, an actor, or supermodel, or a Wall Street business mogul to have a gift. We all have gifts. The point is, what are we doing with the gifts? How are we developing them? And then in the end, how many people's life became better because of ours? How many people do we affect positively? Just because you're a rock star, at the end of your life, if you didn't serve people and nobody really benefited, if it was all just a journey of self, then it's a useless journey. But to me, there's only two ways to live in life. You live a life of self, or you live a life of service. If you live a life of self, you self-destruct. If you live a life of service, you find meaning and depth of life. Earlier today, we taped a segment for the young kids on Liberty Treehouse here. To me, I had so much joy in being able to impart things to these young kids. That's purpose. That has nothing to do with money. That has nothing to do with fame. That has nothing to do with accolades. That has to do with when we're serving people, we feel joyful.
So you've been part of a musician that's won Grammys, sold out arenas and concerts, but that's not your purpose.
That's not my purpose. Those are all just platforms of which to speak life into other people.
You are preaching to me, man. I love it, and you do a lot of outreach when it comes to giving back to the community and internationally. Can you kind of explain what you do?
Yeah, I speak for an organization, a Christian organization called Compassion International, and they're a world relief organization that helps basically starving children around the world. They feed them, they clothe them, they teach them that they're loved by God. They are actually the hands. When you do benevolent good works, what you're saying is you become the oracles in the hands of God. God gives man the great privilege of being a representative of him. As opposed to just talking about him, you're actually showing up with the hands and the love of God by demonstrating that to people. So Compassion is a great organization. I also speak for Big Brothers, Big Sisters of America, because I grew up without a father and I was a little kid in the program. And so that program mentored me for about 4 years between the ages of 10 and 14. And so my life now is all about what can I give, and so I give everything that I have out of my heart. I give my encouragement. Sometimes I meet somebody in an airport, you just encourage them for a second.
Okay, lastly, so we got to wrap this up. But if there's one last piece of advice, one last piece of wisdom that you can give to my friend, then what would it be?
To realize that you were created for something special, to realize that life is a gift, and God gave you the gift of life and the gift of your talents. Your gift is what you give to him. Your gift to him is how you serve people and what you do with it, because it's a free gift and there's an expiration date on it.
Zoro, my friend, Zoro, you are the man.